On this episode, for our guest, you may have heard of him, you may not have heard of him. The man, the myth, the legend, August Boland. I gotta say, I'm so excited to finally meet you. I've heard so much about you.
I'm excited to be here as well. I've heard a lot about the studio. It's good to be here.
Really? Oh, that's a very nice accent you have there. Might I
Thank
ask
you.
where you're from?
Well, I've lived in the Bronx for most of my life, but before that, I was born on this obscure island to the south. We call it Manhattan.
Ah, so you're from Manhattan and you lived in the Bronx
For most of my life. Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. So where'd the accent come from? Do you mind telling that?
My mom speaks Swedish. I speak Swedish as well, so that's probably where it came from. That's the best theory we have.
Oh, well, I think that's a good theory because that might be true. I have been told that you comment the word Constantinople on many Instagram posts.
Yes, all of them.
What do you mean by that?
Okay.
The people are dying to know.
Well, there's two reasons. The first reason is the one I usually give when I don't want to explain myself. It's that I wish to spread the glory of the Byzantine Empire. The Byzantine Empire is never dead, so long as it lives in the hearts of humanity.
That is very true.
But the actual reason is I got into social media later than most people did. I was like 17 when I got my first Instagram. And I realized pretty quickly how most of the content on Instagram, it's all the same. All the posts by women are dumb, with comments and the description is blessed or thankful for being with their friends, and they're all extending their arms in some scenic locale, and the comment sections are all, yes, you are beautiful, etc.
I wish someone would tell me that I'm beautiful.
You are beautiful.
Oh, thank you, August.
But that raises the dichotomy. For men, it's usually them staring angrily at the camera with a comment in their with the caption something like about how they're going to be rich someday.
Yes.
And I wanted to shake things up. I wanted to make comment sections about something with meaning, something more powerful. Sure, I'm sure all those comments, for some people, they likely do have meaning. But most of it is just people not really thinking about what they're doing, I think, and just as if they were reading from a script or from a teleprompter. Hence, Constantinople, to shake things up, to make people think about what they're posting on social media and about things greater than themselves.
Wow. Amazing. Wise words.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, I will say I do agree with you. It's kind of the reason why I don't really post that much on Instagram. I just don't. I don't know. I feel like when people post a lot, it's usually just some generic photos and
it's all the same.
I only post when I have something to actually share. You know, something interesting. Moving on, I've heard that you've played flute
Yes.
around campus. When did you start playing the flute, and what made you want to play that instrument?
I started playing it later. You know, you hear stories about people who were like, when I was but 2 months old, my mother came and she shoved the flute into my cradle, and she kept it there, and eventually I was forced to learn how to play it.
I know those stories.
But no, I picked up the flute pretty late again in life. I was like 16, I think. I'd played the recorder before that.
Me too.
But I was inspired by one of my substitute teachers. We had a class, and he just didn't want to teach us anything. So we just mostly pontificated about life and stuff, and I figured, and he talked about how easy it is to learn an instrument these days. So I figured, hey, the recorder and the flute, they seem pretty cool. So yeah, that's when I started playing the flute, and that's what inspired me to take it up. And I was forced to practice outside, in some cases even on the green, last semester because we weren't allowed to play the flute inside due to COVID restrictions.
Really? Oh, that's right.
Nobody followed that rule, but I followed it because I'm that kind of guy.
Yes, because you seem like a stand-up guy.
Exactly.
Awesome. Well, tell me, what are some of your interests? So you mentioned the Byzantine Empire, but I also heard that you have a fascination with the Ottoman Empire. Are those two different things? I have no idea. I haven't learned about these empires in like so long, so my memory is fading me.
The Ottoman Empire. I'm not allowed to swear on the show, am I?
You can swear.
Even so, I shall restrain myself.
Okay.
There's better ways to insult the Ottoman Empire.
I mean, look, there, I said it. You can
Language.
swear. We usually bleep it out in post. So.
Anyway, the Ottoman Empire, despicable empire. I detest them. The Byzantine Empire was an empire that had lasted for nearly 2,000 years, and the Ottomans were just like, ooh, what if we shot them with cannons? And then they proceeded to form an oppressive, tyrannical state in that beautiful, beautiful city of Constantinople. They turned the Hagia Sophia into a mosque. I do not like the Ottoman Empire. And then after they collapsed, they said, oh, we've conquered the Middle East and we've owned it for several hundred years now. Should we take steps to ensure that it does not collapse? No. Why would we do that? We're the Ottoman Empire. We don't do good things. So yes, I'm not a fan of the Ottoman Empire.
Wow.
No.
Well, after hearing that, screw the Ottoman Empire.
I'm glad you agree. I'm sure you all agree as well.
And long live the Byzantine Empire.
Long live the Byzantine Empire in the hearts of we, its true believers.
Well, now I will keep it in my heart.
This is good.
And
This
keep
is
the
good.
empire alive, keep its memory alive. Well, August, it was amazing getting to talk to you and getting to learn more about you. Like I said, I've heard so much about you from all these people, and I'm like, I don't know who this guy is, but it was very great talking with you. And for you guys at home, stay tuned for our panel discussion.
Thanks for having me on, everyone. It was nice meeting you as well.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.